Now, TNA's lockdown happened this last Sunday. And it was actually better, 20 times better than Destination X. TNA is finally capitalizing on the Monday Night Wars. Their pay-per-views are getting better and better each month. And especially because it was a big test for TNA, like I said during the predictions, this was a big test for TNA. Because not only they fucked themselves over with getting rid of the six-sided ring, the 6 sides of steel could have been gone, and it would have been sad. But surprisingly, they made this work. They made me love the pay-per-view even more because the cage was a lot bigger. Because 6 cage of steel, whatever. They obviously had to make a 4-sided cage. I didn't even realize about the cage difference. It's lockdown, man. Now, the matches were actually pretty good, and we'll go with them a few like from the bottom of the card, like I did, to the top of the card. Now, this is a big change from the X Division Tag Cage match because Doug Williams was unable to make it due to UK problems, probably because of Iceland. I don't really give a shit. The fact is, he was no longer the X Division champion because of that. He could not make the pay-per-view, so he did not make the pay-per-view. So they stripped him of the belt, and of course it was going to be Kazarian versus what's his name? Kazarian versus Shannon Moore, yeah, for the title. It was originally going to be Doug Williams versus Kazarian versus Shannon Moore. But, again, Doug Williams could not make the pay-per-view due to problems in the UK. Which, I don't know why, but they stripped him of the title, which was awesome. And I loved it. But, they could not, apparently, the tag team match, Motor City Machine Gun versus Brian Kendrick and Homicide, then became a fatal 4-way cage match, which is even better. Meaning, whoever escaped the cage first was going to be in the triple threat match to replace Doug Williams. And of course, Homicide won. Now, if we knew that, which was because TNA that was an awesome move because they fucked up my prediction there for that match. Not first off, but Homicide, they haven't used him often, so we knew something was going to happen. Now, of course, I did use the Motor City Machine Guns for this tag match. It was a tag match at the time, so this automatically voids the prediction, if you think about it. But Homicide won the escape match, and he was moved on to the X Division title match, which we'll go to a little bit later in the prediction, in the review thing. I apologize, I messed up today because of that rant. Woo! Calm down. Now, I'll skip the Team 3D thing for one reason. Kevin Nash and Eric Young. Now, apparently, Six-Pac also had travel issues. We don't know why, but he also had travel issues. So, after, which I said Kevin Nash would win, he owned Eric Young like I said he would, and I love it. Now, the thing is, Kevin Nash, after that match, said he was going to replace Six-Pac as Scott Hall's tag team partner for that match against Team 3D, which was an awesome match, by the way. And speaking of that, Team 3D would now face Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. And they didn't even use the cage barely in that match, to be honest. It became like a street fight. And like I said, Team 3D would have won, and they did, which was awesome. Now, I don't think I really had a prediction for this Knockouts tag team match for all the titles. But here's the thing: Angelina Love is injured now, and she will not be back until May. We wish her the best. But it was a good match. It was the first time in... See, nobody proved me wrong that there was a female tag team match in a cage before this. This is the first time in history. And if you still can prove me wrong, go for it. I demand it. But the first cage match in history for any female wrestler, to be honest. So they have gone down in history already. But we made history because there would be a new champion either way. And Madison Rayne, of all people, I actually thought it was going to be Lacey Von Erich who was going to get the pin. But Madison Rayne got the pin. She pinned Angelina Love, and is the new Knockouts champion. Now, I did think it was going to be Lacey Von Erich because, of course, she didn't have a title. But the next night on Impact, that explained it for me. Because they would use beautiful people rules, kind of like the Spirit Squad rules, kind of. They would give the title to Lacey Von Erich. Because, which obviously you saw botch in the announcement for the tag team title match the next night on Impact. It was ODB and Daphne, of all people, in the tag team, which was kind of interesting, versus, which you would have thought were the tag team champions, Madison Rayne and Velvet Sky. However, since Madison Rayne is the Knockouts champion, and she had a dress on, so she couldn't compete, obviously. Well, she could have, but that would have been funny. But if you think about it, this is a good thing for Lacey Von Erich, because since she didn't win the Knockouts title, this gives her more experience, could give her more experience as a wrestler for being half of the Knockouts tag team champions. This is a good move on the Beautiful People's part. Using basically Spirit Squad rules to defend titles. I don't know if they're going to do that, but that's what it seemed to me at the time. Now, of course, the Beautiful People were retained, but Lacey Von Erich got the pin, I think. And that was pretty cool, because you don't really see Lacey Von Erich in a match at all. Because of TNA, you know. All the Von Erichs up there are proud. You know that. This will give her more experience as a wrestler, as a knockout, as a diva, whatever you call her. This will give her more experience as a whole, and will help up TNA and her in the long run. Plus, she's fucking hot. Anyway, the cage match for the X Division title match. Since Douglas, or Doug Williams, whatever the fuck you want to call him, was unable to make it due to travel issues, they stripped him of the title. It would now be for the vacant championship. It would be Kazarian versus Shannon Moore versus the men who won the tag match, which was now a fatal 4-way. The man who won it, Homicide, will replace Douglas Williams. So it would be Homicide versus versus Kazarian versus Shannon Moore. It was a good match. Quite frankly, I love the fact that they got rid of Douglas Williams there, because it made it a better match. Now, Kazarian won that match. I don't remember who he pinned. I'm going to apologize for that. But he pinned somebody, and it's the new X Division champion. So we had 2 guaranteed world title changes that thing, and I was right about 1 guaranteed, but 2. That was amazing. Now, before the Lethal Lockdown match, it was AJ Styles versus the Pope for the world title, and I just loved how JB introduces the Pope. I laughed my ass off. I'm still laughing about it, because it was awesome. JB announced the Pope as, the Pimp Tackler, whatever you want, you know the rest there. Pimp-tacular, Pimps Up and all that shit, because of Ric Flair. But goddamn, it was hilarious. Now, of course, Ric Flair was banned from ringside for the title match, like he was in the rematch, like he was at the Impact the next night. But the Pope was unsuccessful due to AJ stealing something from the camera. You don't see this often. A cameraman finish. AJ took something from the cameraman, probably glass or whatever, from the camera or something, and just bashed Pope with the head of it, and he got the 1, 2, 3. Retained the title. But the next night, AJ defended the title of the winner of Jeff Hardy versus Rob Van Dam. And Rob Van Dam won that match, and he also won the world title against AJ Styles. I was marking out because RVD did not win a world title in a very long time. God damn it, yes! Van Dam is the heavyweight champion of the world. And we'll be right back for the final match.